Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is your friendly host Raj here, and today I'm going to talk about Illumina. Illumina announced that they have filed Form 10 with the SEC for Grail divesture, which is what I was looking forward to. So let's take a closer look. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. We have been awaiting Grail divestitures. If you recall, the European Commission had approved the divestment plan submitted by Illumina for the disposal of Grail. In line with the restorative measures, the divestment plan foresees that Illumina can select the appropriate divestment method, which is either via a trade sale or a capital markets transaction. And the Commission found that the plan, including the optionality between different divestment methods, met all the conditions set in its decision imposing restorative measures on Illumina and Grail. So to make it into normal speech, Illumina submitted a range of plans of how they plan to divest Grail, and European Union Competition Commission found that all of those met the requirements and it approved it. So in particular, Grail's independence from Illumina would be restored to the same level it enjoyed before it was acquired by Illumina. Restoring Grail's independence will remove the possible harm to competition resulting from Illumina's ability and incentive to delay or disadvantage Grail's rivals, because Illumina is selling the sequencing machines and technology to Grail's rivals, and it can withhold some of those technology to give Grail unfair advantage. So that's what the European Union was trying to address. And the divestment plan ensures that Grail will be able to continue to operate as a viable and competitive business after the divestment as it was before Illumina's acquisition. This will ensure that the innovation race between Grail and its rivals will continue in conditions similar to those in which it was before it got acquired by Illumina. And the divestment options set out in the divestment plans are capable of being exercised in a timely manner within strict deadlines and with sufficient certainty so that the pre-transaction situation can be promptly restored. So basically, before Illumina took over Grail, whatever was the status of Grail, that's what they want it to be after the divestiture, which also means that any relations that Illumina had with Grail before the divestiture will also be restored. So that's what the EU Commission is looking for. Now, in this context, let us understand what Form 10 filing with SEC means, because the Illumina has filed Form 10 to SEC for Grail divestiture. So Form 10 is a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission that companies can use to register a class of securities under Section 12B or 12G of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934. This form is typically used by companies that are not subject to reporting requirements of the Security Exchange Act of 1934, but wish to voluntarily register their securities and become subject to those reporting requirements. This in turn provides comfort to people who would like to invest in these companies. By filing Form 10, a company can provide investors with access to important and reliable information about its business, financial condition, and management. This form includes details such as the company's organizational structure, business operations, risk factors, financial statements, and executive compensation. So if you take the thing in a whole, a potential investor can look at this document, study it, and understand the risk factors involved, the rewards that are available, and do a risk reward analysis in order to invest in this company. Form 10 is often used by smaller companies looking to raise capital or improve their transparency and credibility in the eyes of investors. It allows them to gain access to public markets without having to go through a traditional IPO. Additionally, companies that have been delisted from a stock exchange may use Form 10 to re-register their securities and regain access to public markets. So basically, I'm thinking that Grail is going to take is going to look at the public markets to get funding and become independent. So how will this impact the stock price of Illumina? I mean, it's a bad day in the market today. There's a sea of red. Our entire genomic sector is red. Also, the QQQ is now slipping into red periodically. However, to get an idea of its impact, we need to know a few things. Firstly, in Illumina's Q1 2024 earnings release, they said Illumina remains on track to divest Grail through either a sale or a capital market transaction, with the goal of finalizing the terms of divestiture by the end of Q2 2024, and we are approaching that end. In April, Illumina received approval of its divestment plan from the European Commission. In the instance of a capital market transaction, the divestment plan requires Illumina to provide Grail with approximately $1 billion in funding. Illumina has a cash balance of $1.1 billion in its balance sheet. So this is the first implication from the divestiture. So we need to read the Form 10 in detail and follow the proceedings of how various investors approach Grail. I think Grail divestiture will enable faster growth and greater focus for Illumina in its core business. Once the details of the divestitures are common and we know who is going to buy Grail and how it's going to be divested, I think it will be positive for Illumina. Please let me know what you guys think by using the comment section. And I think that's all I have to talk about Grail right now. I'll be back with the next video soon. Bye for now.